Hey, good evening, everyone. This your girl Jennifer, aka the Curvy Woman, coming at you live on this Tuesday night. And listen, y'all, bear with me while I invite my guests. Okay, one moment, please. One moment, please. Hey, welcome. Okay, all right. Okay, so I see you join. Send a request to. Okay, I'm going to view it. Go live. All right, I'm waiting for you, baby. Oh,
Hey,
there she's coming. Hi.
how
Hello,
you doing?
hello. Girl, okay, you
We're
came and
here.
you changed my whole dynamic. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Hope, for joining me. We're joining each other on this Facebook Live, this ladies' night, this webinar, whatever you want to call it. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm actually sending it out now and sharing it with some people right as we
Yes,
speak. How are you?
yes.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so very much. Listen, I'm inviting some people too, so give us a
Great.
moment, everybody. Listen, there is someone that lives right here. I'm sorry, right there in your neck of the woods, who who lives in Philly. Yeah,
Okay.
she lives in Philly, and she was super excited. So I sure hope she hops on tonight. When I see her, I'm gonna make sure, to tell her, hey, look, I got a homegirl on here. Yes, yes, yes. So yes, good evening, everyone who is joining us. Yes, yes, yes. I'm inviting as many people as IG allow me to invite. All right. Hi, Kisa. Hi, uniquely yours. Hey, girl, you showing out with that curvy woman mug. I see you,
You know
ho.
I
I
am,
see you
girl.
showing out.
Look, you know I
Thank you so much. So Hope, you know what? Let's introduce let's introduce ourselves because can't no one bring it like us or what have you. So you're my guest. So I'm gonna allow you to introduce everyone. Introduce yourself to my crowd as I invite some more people in.
Yeah, so I want to say first, thank you, Jennifer, for allowing me on your platform, and
You're very
I'm
welcome.
very excited being here. So for those who don't know, my name is Hope, and I'm the owner of Fem Lux, formerly HP Lux Beauty, and I am a luxurious mobile bee steam service provider. And I'm located here in Philadelphia, and it's my goal to have women feel confident in loving themselves and also finding ways to heal themselves naturally. And that's my mission, and that's my goal, and that's what I do, and that's my aim to do.
Oh, wow. Wow, that sounds great. Yes, yes, yes. Well, hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Jennifer, aka the Curvy Woman. Yes, yes, yes. I come to you by ways of Miami, Florida area. Listen, I inspire, I motivate, I transform women to embrace the curves while living a healthy and active lifestyle. Yes, yes, yes. And part of that living a healthy and active lifestyle is, being able to have that self-care. Yeah. And so
Yes.
tonight we're going to specialize in the self-care, especially for my plus size, full figure,
Yes.
curvy women, by learning how to take care of our yoni. Yes, yes, yes. What's a yoni, curvy woman? What's a yoni? Well, listen, the V theme slash Yoni Queen, Miss Hope, she is going to enlighten us tonight. Okay, so Hope, take it away, and then I'm going to tell you your audience a little bit about what I do.
Yeah, so basically, V steam, yoni steam, your yoni is what I would consider your most treasured area of your body, which is the woman's vagina. We give birth to the nations. We are the queen of the universe. We birth people, and if it wasn't for the women, there would be no universe. There would be no
Yep,
human life.
true
So
that.
it's important for us to make sure that we properly take care of our yoni by not using any harsh chemicals that may cause other diseases, cancer, endometriosis, different things like that matter. So it's my goal that we start taking care of ourselves. For instance, like with the V steams, I specialize in blending, curating and blending natural dried herbs that will naturally and holistically cleanse and heal the woman's vagina, and that's what a V steam is. It basically cleanses your body. It helps to regulate periods. It helps to alleviate cramping. If you have, for me, like I'm a woman of a certain age, I'm 48, so right now I'm going through menopause, so I'm suffering from the
Okay.
night sweats and the heat, hot flashes in the evening. So I have a special blend of yoni herbs that helps me with those areas in my life, and that way, and also like for vaginal dryness, vaginal odor, and us as curvy women, we got to make sure we keep it right and tight down there, and make sure we hitting those spots and cleansing and keeping it, make sure when we going out there, we feeling confident about ourselves, that we know that we have taken care of everything and we're going out there and presenting ourselves well.
How long have you been presenting like these themes, yoni? Like I said, I first heard of yoni a couple of years ago. I shared with you this earlier. I was watching Housewives of Atlanta. Shout out to Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
Uh,
Shout out to
you
the house
know,
of Atlanta.
they did some type of workout and they had a yoni egg, and I was like, "What is a yoni egg? What are they doing in Atlanta?" But I didn't know that this was a nationwide thing, and it's very ancient. Can you, expound, like, how long has this been around and
Yes.
how did you actually get into it?
So, like you said, bee steaming, yoni steaming has been around for centuries. Our ancestors used bee steam for as a way of self-healing and cleansing. You can find traces of it back like in Kenya, Vietnam, Korea, South Africa, India, Indonesia, Mexico. They may all have different terms. They may not be called yoni steaming, they may be called herbal steaming or herbal healing, womb wellness. These are different terms that's been used over centuries of time. But as far as how long I've been doing, I would say I've been interested and been learning about yoni steaming for the last 2 years, and I've been a
Okay.
yoni practitioner, I would say, about the last year and a half. How I started getting into V steaming, I lost my mom 2 years ago to uterine cancer. And I just find myself just trying to figure out, like, why? What is this? What's going on? Not that I'm a doctor and I can heal women, but it was just like I was just on this journey of trying to figure out why and what, and what can I do naturally to maybe prevent, to heal myself. So that's when I started doing research and just trying to figure out natural ways of healing myself. And that's how I came across the yoni steams, and I started doing it myself, to myself. And once I found like some of the things that, like some of the healing benefits that I got from it, is when I started introducing it to my daughter, my sister, and my nieces. Like, yoni steams are as rapid through my household. Every week we're doing yoni steam because a woman in my household is doing a yoni steam. So that's how I got into it. And then I started taking class. I'm 4 times certified. I'm taking herbal classes to learn about creating herbal blends, what herbs work for what and what do they do. Because yoni steams affect like your kidneys, your liver, your spleen, anything that has to do with your period. So you want to make sure, and it helps with regulating, making your healthy period. And, some of the things that we learn growing up, like for me, I was always taught that a period is 5 to 7 days. But going through learning and studying the different yoni steaming and the benefits, I've learned that a healthy period should be 4 days of fresh blood. There should be no brown blood. There should be no clotting. There should be no period cramping, because it is a natural process that a woman's body goes through. So I find that when I steam, it helps me with the cramping when I did have a period. It also helps with anxiety. It helps with in boosting your libido. These are all wonderful benefits from V steaming. So whenever I can, I mean, whether you get it from me, I just ask that you do, get a V steam and start doing it.
Well, Hope, I want to let you know and let our audience know that you just hit me with a ton of bricks. Okay, when you
Okay.
shared with us your experience with your mother, my condolences, and
Thank you.
wow, that's all I got. You should have warned me, but I like being authentic, because we spoke earlier today, and oh, wow. Wow, I thought it was
Mhm.
something you did because you just wanted to, be in the spa business and it was good, so you really take this to heart. So
I do.
that means a lot, because
I do.
you ugh, I'm
And
speechless.
I don't even think I've ever really shared it publicly on the platform. I've spoken to some of my clients in regards, like if they'll ask, well, how did you get into it? And I'll speak on it. But I don't think I've ever spoken like on a platform like this. So it's good that I get to say it, and I do it intentionally. Like the things that I'm doing, I'm not just doing it because I can make a quick buck or anything. Anything and everything I'm doing in regards to Yoni Steam is intentional, So I take it to heart what I do. I love working with women. I love showing women that there's other ways to try and take care of yourself and feel good about yourself. I know for me personally, when I, put on makeup or I spruce myself up or when I'm sitting and I'm steaming, I get to think, I feel wonderful. I feel like empowered. So I feel like that's what we need to do. Take our power back and start off with the V steam and take control of what you got going on in here.
How long does a V sting usually last? How long is that set up? From start to
So the
finish? How long
setup, so I would say from start to finish, from when I would get to a client's place to set up and heavy steam is like a 45 minutes to an hour process. You don't want to sit on the steam no more than 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes is what I tell my clients, unless there's some situations where it's like I have clients that have like light periods where we're trying to get them to a healthy regular period. So I won't let them sit for more than 10 minutes. And then there's some women, when I take appointments, I like to do intake and kind of interview my clients as to what it is that what is it that you're trying to get out of it? Are you doing it just for general health, cleanse, and detox, or is it something targeted that you're really looking into? Like, are you having problems with chronic infections like BV or yeast infections or those sorts, or are you having issues with heavy cramping and heavy periods, or do you have a short cycle and you're trying to get to a healthy period? Is your period missing for it just stopped for some reason? So these are different things that we can address, and we will create a blend specifically for that issue.
Don't you know? I know so many women that have problems with regulating their cycles. Um,
Yes.
as a mother baby nurse, as a postpartum nurse,
Yes.
along with a lot of other things that I do, uh, I worked in an area one time where at least about 2 or 3 days out of a week, women would come in with PID, pelvic inflammatory disease, and
Hmm.
believe it or not, a lot of people's like, I don't know how this happens, but a common cause of that is having multiple sex partners.
Yes. Well, the
So,
steaming is good for that. It gets rid of old sperm, old energy. So you definitely will benefit from it, because I like to say steam moves things. Like when you're trying to get that elbow grease, you might need a
yeah,
little
yeah,
steam,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
clean it. That's like what I like to say. Steam moves things. So definitely.
Right. So listen, my beautiful ladies, listen, if you suffer with irregular, menstrual cycles, uh, pelvic inflammatory disease, what about yeast infections? That's pretty
Definitely
common as
yeast
well.
infection.
We don't talk about it, but we hear. Let's talk about it.
Yes, and so I do have a cleansing blend that's, I'm sorry, a disinfectant blend that's great for anyone that suffers from like chronic yeast infections or chronic BV. And I'm not saying that it cures it, but it helps promote that area down there from creating a space where those things grow. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely, if you suffer from those things, it definitely will help. If like you help with cysts, help with draining cysts, you have fibroids, it helps with I mean, if you don't want to take my, you can definitely do your research, ladies. I always tell you, you can always whip out there Google and Google benefits of
Exactly.
yoni steam and
Uncle
listen.
Google, Uncle Google. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
A lot of people are getting to the point where they don't like to take, over-the-counter medications and prescriptions because
exactly.
a doctor will prescribe you something, but the doctor has to prescribe something on top of that to cure whatever you're trying to cure. So a lot of people are gearing more toward, you know, a more natural and holistic, you know, form
Exactly.
of healing, because you know, a lot of us are waking up and realizing that the pharmaceutical companies are only for themselves. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, don't go to the doctor,
Right.
don't do this or what have you, but there are other options out there, you know.
I just say
So
research other alternatives.
yeah. Yeah. So you know what? I thought about this. You know, a lot of women may get upset at me, but I want to know your opinion, okay? And then, you know, we're going to flip the subject a little bit. But I want to
Yes.
know your opinion about Brazilian waxing. You know, the pubic hair is in the vaginal area for a reason. And I tell
To
people this,
protect
it
it.
is to help regulate the normal flora from bacteria. And a lot of people suffer through yeast infections because they do not have the amount of that hair serves a purpose, right?
It
You know,
does.
can you elaborate on that? Because, you know, some people live by Brazilian waxing, some people still shave, and some people don't do nothing at all. And, you know, I just, you know, have you had that situation going on in the yoni slash bee steaming business?
So I get the question all the time when I book clients. Oh, can I wax? Can I do this? Can I do? You definitely can wax, but I would say wait at least a day or two after a V steam. But me personally, now when I was younger, I was all about the Brazilian. You know, I had to get my Brazilian because you see things on TV, you know, like we
Mm-hmm.
said about you know about the Yoni because of the Live Housewives of Atlanta. So it was like things like that, you know, on TV. Oh, I gotta do, you know, let me get my Brazilian, you know. Now as I got older and I started doing my research, I don't me personally, I don't recommend doing it because, like you said, because the hair there is there for a purpose. Now, I do like cleanup.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely like
I understand.
cleanup.
Uh-huh. A little landing
So,
strip,
yeah,
nobody, yeah, I
yeah, I like a
understand.
landing strip, right, or a little
Mm-hmm.
heart, but I need something. I don't want to be completely like a child. I'll say that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
But that's my opinion. Some people I would just say, you know, do your research. But me personally, I think you should leave something down there because it does, like you said, protect the flora, that flora. Um, and you know, it serves its purpose. That's just my opinion on that.
I
But
understand. You know what?
I don't like a lot down there because it does hold odor and sweat, especially in the summer. But I do like a clean up, but I still want that landing strip there just for my own comfort.
I feel you.
But
I
you
feel
being a nurse, you're a
you.
nurse. What do you know, you're in the medical field. So
Yeah.
what would you say?
I mean, it's definitely a personal preference. Uh,
Yes.
you know, when you talk to the older gentlemen, if you will, the most sophisticated
Yes.
guys, if you will, they like a little hair
They like
down
the
there
bush.
because I was gonna say bush. You know, they like a little hair down there. You know, it's these new schools or what have you. But as a
Yes.
nurse, um, many patients that I okay, hold on. You want to know what I think? You okay? You want to know what the curvy woman think? Or you want to know what Nurse Wade think?
I want both. You're
Ah!
both. I want both.
Can you handle both?
I
Uh,
know that's right.
yeah, curvy woman would say Brazilian.
Yes.
Nurse Wade would say you need to leave some hair down there to
Hmm.
balance the normal flora. Therefore, that will cut down on a lot of possible yeast infections, okay, and also possible pelvic inflammatory disease because of the
Yes.
activity that your vagina goes through. You know, a lot of women have GBS. It's a very long word, but it's a bacteria disease. It's not an STD or what have you, but
Right,
it's
right,
just a
right.
bacteria that grows when a woman is pregnant and she has to get she's known to have an infection. So therefore, the baby is separated from her. So the baby's in NICU getting antibiotics, and mommy is with me getting antibiotics because something was going on in her body. And this is not necessarily an STD, but she has an infection in her vaginal area, and she needs antibiotics such as clindamycin, gentamicin, penicillin, and ampicillin. Okay, and you know, for short, we say amp, gen, and clean. You know, because we see it so often. We see it so often because of, you know, a lot of women. You know, of course, you know, we want to listen to what the latest trend is, but the science is telling you, hey, you know, you can't do what Cardi B and everybody else is doing, because your body can't take this, and that's why you're separated from your baby, because something has happened, and you know, it's not your fault, you know, but you know, a lot of us suffer from a lack of knowledge, if you will. So yes. So you know, I want to before we start talking about, you know, the woman and her curves, how can everyone contact you? Perhaps you can put your information in the comment section or what have you, because I'm not sure if your IG handle showed up, right, or what have you. But yeah, so thank you for sharing that. We will definitely get back to the spa and the V-steam world or what have you. But you know, I want to know if you have any questions for me. How do you want me to set this thing off? And I'm gonna take it. You started off, and I'll put it in cruise control.
Okay, so to your followers, I want first, again, Jennifer, thank you for the platform, and I really appreciate it. For anyone who isn't following me, you can follow me at FemLux. It's at FEMMELUXXE at FemLux. And I invite you guys to follow me on Instagram and check out my link in my bio and check out some of my products. I have Yoni Steam herbs available, and I just launched a new product. This is my Yoni Cleanse Bar. Jennifer has my Yoni Oil. I actually have a new one coming out. This one is the Honey Love. So, and then I have my Yoni Polish. This is a new product as well. So I invite you guys to come on my platform, follow me on Instagram, and say thank you. But for my followers that I've invited, I have someone special on here today with me that I wanted to introduce. She's a good friend of mine. I met her, and we follow each other in a lot of virtual groups, so I'm going to invite her to introduce herself to you all. She's the bomb, man. She really is. So I'm going to say, Jennifer, take it away. And
you talking about me?
What to do. Yes, ma'am.
I think you about to pull somebody in the camera. Oh, you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about you, girl. Yes.
Oh, that was my introduction. Oh.
Yes. Go ahead, girl. Let me hear it.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Jennifer, aka the Curvy Woman. Yes. Registered nurse, author, social media influencer, confidence coach, and the owner of The Woman and Her Curves LLC. Thank you all so much for joining me and the spa queen here on this Tuesday night. Listen, I inspire, I motivate, I transform women to embrace their curves while living a healthy and active lifestyle. I have been the owner of The Woman and Her Curves for a little over a year, and this is a very personal journey for me. As a plus-size full-figure woman myself, I know how society has portrayed the curvy woman, the full-figure woman. You know, growing up watching television, you know, I just never really had a role model to look up to. And one role model that I did look up to was Oprah Winfrey, but a lot of times I gave her the side eye because I felt like she wasn't confident, even though she was powerful. Even though she was smart, even though she was rich, she still did not satisfy me. You know, so when people, you know, talk to me about Oprah, I'd be like, was that big Oprah or little Oprah talking to? You know, because, you know, I felt like she wasn't confident. And so, you know, growing up, you know, I was made fun of because I had the big butt. I was made fun of because I had big lips. And now fast forward to my womanhood, I realized women were dying to, you know, on the surgery table, practically, you know, to enhance their hips, to enhance their gluteus maximus, if you will, you know. And so I learned to embrace my curves by learning through other people's tragedy. And you know, I would work out. Sometimes I would work out twice a day, you know, just trying to fit in with
Yes.
society, not knowing that I was a queen, not knowing that I am part of the DNA of Sarah Bartman. And that's really not even her name. Do you know the history of Sarah Bartman? You know, I am built up like Sarah Bartman. So my
No.
ancestors were, you know, were made fun of because of the stature of our body. But once we start learning about ourselves and our homeland and Mother Africa and learn about our ancestors. Listen, you know, as a curvy woman, we were looked at as being you know, queens. We were looked at as being
Yes.
rich and fortunate because we could afford to eat. And there are some places in the world, but I'm gonna speak about Africa or what have you, because that's what I know of. There are some people in the world that cherish, you know, a full-figured woman. Now, coming over here in the Western society, you know, you had to be a size small, a size extra small, you know, to be in that pageant or to do this, that, and the other. So, you know, I really didn't have a mentorship or
Yes.
even, you know, other people to look up to, because people that I was around, which the majority are family members and friends, you know, we all had the same stature. So we were all constantly on some type of diet, you know, just trying to be someone that we are not. And so once I
Exactly.
started to embrace my curves, once I started to appreciate my DNA, my body started rewarding me. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to help other women who were in the same shoes that I was in. And so at first I was nervous about this journey because I didn't know how I was going to be perceived. But once I started, you know, people started was like, "Oh my God, Jennifer, thank you so much for this movement." And for the curvy girls, I said, "No, no, no, I'm not a girl. This is for the curvy woman." Because at that time when I first started, I was over 40. I was 41. I just turned 43 this year. I just turned 43 this year, but as a grown
Yes.
woman, moving through my womanhood, not appreciating myself, you know, it has brought me to where I am today. The woman and her curves, because my curves will always be with me. My curves will always, you know, I'm going to take the curves with me to the other side, if you will.
I know
And
that's right.
and what I found out was, you know, a lot of women were not confident. And so they felt like they couldn't be the boss. They felt like, you know, because what society thinks, just because you're full figure, you don't care about yourself, or you have low
Yes.
self-esteem, this, that, and the other. And I'm all about, success, being successful, and don't let other people tell you what you can't do because of the way you look. Not only because, there are a lot of isms going on, not only with me, but a lot of women in my situation. I suffer through racism. I
Yes.
suffer through feminism. I suffer through ageism. You know, sometimes I find myself in an area where I'm the oldest person there, right? Last
Yeah.
but not least, I suffer from sizeism. You know, all my life,
Mm.
my size had something to do with me. No matter how smart I was, no matter how nice I was to others, it seemed like, I was always a butt of jokes or what have you. And,
Right.
it really
Right.
wasn't
Right.
funny. It really was not
Exactly.
funny. And so, like I said, I've had this movement for over a year, and within that year's span, I not only gained more confidence, but I influence other women to, be
Because,
confident, embrace your
yeah.
curves, love yourself, and I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm open to answer any questions that you have for me if I didn't hit on that already. Thank everybody for the hearts. I see the hearts. Thank you so much for the
Thank
heart.
everybody for the comments and the hearts. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to touch on your book real quick.
Oh, yes.
You sent me curviness, the curvy woman's guide to mastering confidence.
Yes, yes.
I want to say that I love your book. I love the way that you touched on like the mindset, self-love. I love how you talked about like self-improvement. How did you come up with self-improvement and then as a way of building yourself up when you say self-improvement?
First of all, thank you so much for mentioning my book. Yes, I wrote my very first ebook titled Curviness. I put the word curvy and confidence together and I married them, and now
Yes.
it's curviness. And it's a 7 chapter ebook, my very first ebook. And let me tell you, it took me about 3 weeks to write it because I had to just finish wiping tears out my eyes because, first and foremost, I dedicated the book to my daughter. She recently turned 13. She is a full figure young lady, and it's like she's following in my footsteps with her stature.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always called her a stallion way before
Yes.
Megan the Stallion came
Megan.
on. I was like, I'm raising a stallion. So last year she was like, I'm Layla the Stallion. I said, baby, no, 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 no. You cannot call yourself a stallion. No, no, no.
No, please, not yet. No.
Saying the word stallion is not cute right now. Thanks, Megan. But I
Yes.
always told her that I was raising a stallion. I told her what a stallion was a thoroughbred horse that, everyone loves a stallion.
Tall.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she's very tall. But back to the ebook. I kept it short. I could have went on and on, but that self improvement, it has a lot to do with mindset. A lot of times, you don't think you're beautiful, you don't think you're cute because of what people have put in your head and what people think
Yes.
of you. And then you go back and look at old pictures, you're like, man, I had it going on. What the hell was going on? But if we do not improve ourselves, if we do not love ourselves, we will not get reciprocated what we put out, right? So that self-reflection that I had to do and that I hope that I, expressed in that chapter, it has to do with self. We have to look deep down within ourselves. Just like my girl Whitney Houston, R.I.P. Whitney Houston, the greatest love of all is to love ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew
Yes.
up on those words, but it really didn't hit home until I had my daughter, and I knew I had to teach her how to love herself. But how can I teach my daughter when my own self-esteem was rocked? How can
Yes.
I teach my little girl when my own confidence was shattered? So I had to man up, if you will, for my daughter. As parents, we man up when it comes to our children. So my daughter is definitely my driving force because I knew that I had to push her on along the life as well. So a lot of this confidence that I'm coming from is oozing out of me, and I wanted to flow
And
to
put
her
on
because I
to her.
want her to know that
Yes.
she's beautiful.
Yes. So I too have a curvy daughter, beautiful curvy daughter. And I know as she's 28 now, but as she was growing up, I always made it a point of letting her know you never let anyone tell you who you are. You never let anyone tell you what you look like or what it is, what they think you should look like is the normal
Mhm.
or is the perfect one. So I made it a point of letting her know that you are beautiful, no matter, I'm not even just talking about the phys, I'm talking about internally out. And
Yes.
she
Yes.
exudes that confidence. And I love that. And I shared with her
Yes.
your book.
Yes.
So you
You
also
did?
have like some,
You did?
yes, yes, I
Oh.
did. And you also, I would like for you, now you listed in your book, like talking about affirmations. Is it one affirmation that you can maybe share with our audience today that maybe that sticks with you or stuck with you that kind of take you
Yes.
to that next level of
Yes.
confidence?
Yes. Yes. I'll share one. You ready for it? And it's so
Yes,
simple. I
I'm
don't have to
ready.
write it down. I am enough.
Oh, yes.
I
3 words.
am enough. Okay? I'm more than enough, but I am enough. Right? I
Mm-hmm.
am enough. I could go north, south, east, and west with that, but I am enough. Many times people, try to make you feel like you're less than, you're not
Yes.
worthy, and they don't even know you. Uh, First of all, you're judged because you're a black woman, and then you're judged again because of your size, and you hadn't even said hello yet. I read in
Right.
a book. I read in a book. It takes 7 seconds for someone to to figure out if they're going to mess with you or not, right? It takes
Mm-hmm.
the human being 7 seconds. Okay, so as a nurse, when I walk in a patient's room, I know for a fact that patient got 7 seconds to size me up.
Yes.
So what do I do? Oh, thank you, one awesome nurse. I see all your
Yes, one
comments.
awesome
Thank you,
nurse.
one
Thank you
awesome nurse.
guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, I see you. I was like, oh, and thank everyone for the hearts as well. I love the hearts.
I do
When I
too.
walk in the patient's room, I got to walk in the door selling myself to this patient, right? I have to sell myself, not just me, but we all should sell ourselves. We only have 7 seconds to figure out if this person is going to. So I walk in the door and I'm like, you know, I put myself in that patient's room. This patient is very
Yes,
vulnerable. This patient is in pain. This patient doesn't know who is the next nurse is going to take care of her for the next 12 hours, right? So I have less than 7 seconds. As soon as I walk
exactly.
in there, I make her feel love. Hi, good morning. How are you? My name is Jennifer. I'm going to be your nurse. Oh, congratulations on your beautiful baby girl. How many seconds was that?
Exactly. Real
Okay,
quick.
real
I
quick.
feel the same. I feel the same way with
Yeah,
being a service provider, making sure, like within the first few seconds, making sure that you make your guest or client feel like nothing else matters but them. And like you said, with your patients, doing that and letting them
yeah,
know that you care. You know, you're not just here, oh, because it's my shift. You know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I never
I
knew about the second seven. I never heard that
think
7 second rule,
Google
but I
it.
love that.
It's worth a Google. You know, some books might say 10 seconds. Some books might say 8 seconds. But the book I read said 7 seconds.
Seven
It takes 7
seconds.
seconds, and not only for the part of the profession I'm in, as far as like nursing. That's anybody. Say if you're meeting someone new for the first time.
Yes.
That person is reading you because I'm always reading people. I may not say nothing, but I'm reading you, right? And you are responsible for what is being read, right? So
Right.
this patient's gonna know I'm coming in with a smile. This patient's gonna know that I'm put together. This person is gonna know that I'm humble. And body language is the world, right? Body
Yes.
language speaks louder than words. So, I always, touch my heart. Hi, good morning. Congratulations on your baby. I got him. I got him. And when I say something about their baby, they're like, oh, got him. Because I know for the next
Yep.
12 hours, we're going to have a good day. But no, no, no.
And and I was going to say, to piggyback off of that, I'm too am a energy person, and a person can tell, like you said, when you come into a patient's room, if your energy isn't right, your patient can tell that. Like you said, you're trying to sell yourself to a person, so
You got to tell
you can
yourself.
tell. Mhm.
Yes, yes,
I love
yes,
that.
and people know when you're genuine as well. So
Right.
you have to say your affirmations. You have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
You have to embrace your curves, if you will. And
Get it, girl. I hear you. You
I
preaching
can
over
go
here.
on and
Look.
on. I love it. I love it.
If somebody said
I,
what you
yeah,
said, you have the
I need
seven
to write
seconds.
another book after this live right here. I need to title
Yes.
it "Sell Yourself."
Yes. I know that's right. I'm working on mine now. The benefits of V-steaming. I don't have a title yet, but I am working on my ebook behind the scenes, and hopefully in the next couple of
Oh.
weeks, I'll
Girl,
be
you
able
better
to
bring
offer it
it.
to the
You
world.
you 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 better bring it because this is the time of year. You know what? A lot of people are going to be in the house now. The seasons changing and everything. A lot of people, a lot of people kind of tired of binge watching. So I think the shift is changing. I think a lot of people are going to be like reading and trying to do some self
Yes.
reflection. Especially with this pandemic going on or what have you. But
It's so
yes, my.
stressful.
Mhm.
It's so stressful being with this pandemic and everything. It is stressful and high anxiety. So these things, your book, these are things you guys can be reading during this time to kind of get your mind right. Jennifer has an awesome book.
Yes, yes. So listen, if you're interested in the book Curvidence, The Curvy Woman's Guide to Mastering Confidence, you can go to my website, www.womanandhercurves.com. It is right there in the header under the store. You will see the lovely revised, I might add,
Yes.
Curvidence ebook, and I'm just super excited about it. I also have a mentorship program as well. It's a 4-week accountability mentorship mentorship. Nate, I named it. curving virtual mentorship because, you know, with the pandemic and everything, you know, it's not wise, you know, to gather
Right.
or what have you. But, you know, my reach is very long. And so I wouldn't want anyone in Ohio to miss out. So this pandemic has, you know, shifted us, and we have to pivot the way we move. We have to pivot the way we do things. And so we
Yes.
are depending on technology, the same way we're depending on technology right now, you know, to reach out to the masses or what have you, and vice versa. Because, you know, I get a lot of information from, you know, Facebook, IG, Zoom, or
Right.
what have you. And so this is a 4-week accountability mentorship that's going to help you increase your curviness, that's going to help shift your mindset. And also with this mentorship, the ebook, the curviness ebook, is included in the mentorship, right?
Awesome.
You
So it's like your
also
textbook.
yes, you will also get a 1 hour session with me, because my ideal is to be in a group setting or what have you, and you know, we can all, you know, just feed off one another. But me being the curvy confidence coach or what have you, I would just love to see, you know, my queens you know, be successful. I would love to see my queens, you know, be what you want to be. You know, I was not talking to a classmate, but you know, a classmate came down to Florida and she wants to move here to Florida. I live in Florida. I was like, girl, just do it. And she was
Right.
like, oh, girl, just do it. You
Just
know,
do it.
just do it. You know what? Many years ago, you're not gonna believe this. Many years ago, I was at the airport and I ran into an old friend that worked at the airport. This was back in Memphis, and I didn't know she worked at the airport. I was like, hey, girl, hey, she works at the airport, but she's never flown on a plane. I said, girl,
What?
just get
How
on a
do you
plane.
do that?
You fly for free. She's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, but you work at an airport. So sometimes it's that mind shift.
That's their mindset.
It's that mind shift. I cannot believe this. That's just like somebody working at McDonald's and you not tasting the fries.
Right. 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 Right.
I cannot get over how this person worked at the airport, but she never flown on a plane.
That's
And this was years
crazy.
ago. This must have been about, let me see, I don't even know if I even had my daughter or not, but that stuck with me. Like I had this conversation with this person yesterday. So a lot of times our mind shift has blocked us, you know. So
Yep.
that's where that curvative come in at. That's
I
where
know that's
I
right.
come in at. Yes.
Yeah, so I
So
say thank
I didn't see. Oh, Keisha said false evidence appearing real. Yes, fear. It's
yes.
that fear. I couldn't believe it because I was waiting on the plane and she worked at the airport. You know, people who work at the airport fly either for free or a very, very good discount or whatever. But she never flew on a plane before. So I don't know. What is
It's
that
like
called? An
people never
oxymoron?
leaving outside of their town. I have family members that never left their town. Like they've never been outside of like their state. I
Right.
find that weird. Like, you
Yeah,
know?
it's a mind shift. It's a mind shift, but that's why it's good to hang around, you know, people that are smarter than you. That's why it's good to hang around people that got more money than you. That's why it's
Yes.
good to venture out, you know, change your vibe. You know, we have been using that word vibe for a long time. Vibes are real. And listen,
Yes,
I'm
they
going to share
are.
something with you. I'm going to share something with you, and then, you know, we can kind of wrap it up. But, you
Okay.
know, when Erica Badu came on the scene. I think I was like 18, 19, maybe 20 when Erica Badu came on the scene, like in the late 90s, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I could not get into Erica Badu. Now I'm so into Erica Badu. But, you know, I was a young girl at that time, you know. But when she said, your energy feels so good to me, I'm like, what the hell is
Yes.
this energy? What the hell is energy? You know, that was
I
my
love it.
mindset. I wasn't ready for people to be talking about vibes. I wasn't ready for people to be
Right.
talking about energy. But you know, as you know, as life has presented itself, energy is real and vibes are real as well.
Yes,
And
it
and,
is.
and, and people can read your vibes. Like I said, they got 7 seconds. But you know, it's something about a person's energy. You can meet a total stranger and you feel like you've known them for years. You can be
Exactly.
in another city and could be thinking about somebody and you get a phone call. That's
Mm-hmm.
energy, you know.
That's
So
energy.
I'm totally feeling Erica Badu. But honey, when she first came out, I was like, what the hell is she
You
talking about?
no, it's like you didn't get it. Right. You didn't
You
get it.
know
But now,
what?
like you said.
You know what? I bet you Erica Badu does yoni steaming and V steaming.
Oh yeah, I bet you she do all of that. Yes. And
You
yes,
know,
she does. And if you listen, Erica Badu, hit your girl up and get some of these
hey,
premium beef
Badu,
steam herbs over
hey,
here.
boo. Honey, I was with you. I didn't know what you was talking about, but I bought your CD, baby, because I was like, oh, this sister onto something, and I
Yes.
loved it. You know, I loved it. You know, she had got with 3 stacks, and then she had met the man in her video one time, and then, you know,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. But you know what? She's a doula, so I know she's into
Yes,
those
she
herbs.
is.
She's a doula, so I know she's into those herbs, this, that, and the other. So yes. So I mean, Miss Hope, is there anything that you want to, leave everyone with? And I want to thank everyone, for watching us right now. We have like 5 eyeballs on us, but it's gonna get greater later or what have you.
Yes.
But
That's how I feel.
oh, you know what? Keisha says growth. Yes, ma'am, Keisha, that's right.
Yes,
That's
Keisha.
called growth. And listen, we have to thank God for growth, right?
Exactly.
Because I am
I
not the
thank
same
God for these
person.
moments. I thank God for these moments because I can always come back and see where I have and where I came from. So, if I don't need it to come fast, I want it to come the way it's coming because then I
Coming the
can
way.
grow, I
Yeah.
can learn step by step, and when I look, only time I'm looking back is just to see how far I've come. So
Hey,
that's how I
hey.
like it.
You see me snatching your life from
Yes.
me? Yes, yes.
Period, as the
That is
kids
the only
say.
time.
Period.
That is the only time to measure our growth. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
So, you ladies are all, listen. I'm reading the comments.
Thank you guys.
You ladies are awesome. Thank you so much, Miss Barnett. Glad I joined the live. Oh,
Miss B on here.
Huh?
I said, Miss Barnett, I met her in North Carolina. She is a
Oh.
sweetheart.
Oh.
I met her at an event in North Carolina, and we've been following each other. It's kind of like me and you. We met each other through,
Right.
greatness.
Wow. Well, listen, honey.
Yes.
Well, since I've been following you, baby, I done got that yoni together, love. I
Listen,
done got that.
I'm getting my mind right with your book. I'm drinking my tea out your mug. I'm loving it. So, guys, make sure y'all get y'all curvy woman mug. I love my mug. I had my mug now since like March.
Listen, girl, you're like one of the first people to purchase the mugs. So I knew I was gonna rock with you. And remember when you started talking about the yoni oil, and I was like, girl,
Yes.
no, I ain't into what you doing.
Like, I don't mess around down there like that.
I'm sensitive in the air. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I went on and I trusted you. Because I was like, hell, I did do a little research myself about the yoni. And I was like, you know what, this might be something I need. And now I'm sitting up here with a damn reorder.
Yeah.
Listen, Hope, before we go, and don't laugh, I'm so serious. Which set of lips do I put this on?
Oh, this one. But listen.
Hey, you see it's still in the damn package, right? You see it's still in the damn package. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute now, hold on.
I'm like, wait a minute. She Miss B's thing. She Miss Yoni's thing. Which pair of lips do I put these on? Y'all look at this.
That's just a thank you gift. So kind of like thank you. That's what that is. A thank you. Like yes.
Before.
Don't put it down there, ladies.
So I think you put it on like this. You know what I'm saying? Look at that.
You said it again, but I don't recommend it.
The damn thing is still in the package. It's still in the package, Hope. It's still in the package. I was like, what?
I know you probably was like, well, wait a minute now. Don't put it down there. Yes. It does look like you can put it right the shape.
Hey, there is no such thing as a stupid question. What the hell does it look like? Okay, it look like some lips, but if you stare at it,
but when you turn it to the side, it do look like Yoni's lips.
Hey, if you turn it this way, it look like a baby can come through here. Listen, y'all, this has been a nice ladies' night. Hope, thank you so much for. Somebody laughing at me. Y'all, I swear to God, it's still in the damn package. I had this a month. And when I was getting ready tonight, I was like, Hope might be mad because she gonna find out. And it's juicy. It got some juice in it. And I'm busy doing my curvy woman stuff. But I wanted to bring this on tonight to find out where the hell do I put this? Because I look like I'm
speaking of juicy, that's what V-steaming does for you.
Huh? Say what?
I said, speaking of juicy, that's what V-steaming does for you down there. Extra.
Oh, and then they're gonna try to make it cheap and call it a WAP. Oh,
yeah,
really?
WAP.
A WAP.
We was WAPing before the WAP song, all right?
Oh, look.
If you've ever had a V-steam, you had a WAP before the song. So let's do that.
Yeah, look, we're gonna end it on this note and say, look, this belongs. Wait a minute, hold on, let me see.
You know what?
This pair of lips.
And I ain't saying I'm gonna sip this tea.
Mystery song. Listen, y'all, thank y'all so much. And you know what?
Thank y'all.
I put my yoni oil on at night. Yeah.
Yes, I know that's right. And I'm about to go sip this tea.
Hey, we blowing it up on a Tuesday. All right, I think I'm gonna put this one on.
Yeah, listen, I feel like I got a new one I'm gonna send you.
Okay, this your girl Jennifer, aka, and this is my girl Hope, the V-Steam queen or what have you. We're gonna put our information down a little later. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank everyone for the hearts, and you all have a great night. Talk to you later. Thank you, Hope.
Good one, Jen. I'll talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.